I'm back just when you thought it was safe. So listen, we'd like to cover these few sessions on how to find the deals that are going to make you some money. That's the whole objective here. Now, this could be reduced down to saying we're going to be dealing with marketing, and it is. And marketing is nothing more than reducing the world as a whole down to a much smaller group of people who are interested in your service. Very, very important. So it's specifically what we're going to be talking about these few sessions in this course is marketing to attract homeowners, sellers, people who are going to be willing to give away or even sell their house subject to you, right? Now, one of the most important components of marketing is what? The word market. You know, who are you going to market these people to? Who are going to be the people you serve or help? So that you can understand that, you got to understand thoroughly about subject to transactions and how they work, and that's what we're going to teach you, right? So I want you to think about this scenario. Imagine that you live in your current house. Let's say you're a homeowner, and I come to you and say, hey, Mr. Homeowner, I want to buy your house or, get it from you. But for me to do it, you're going to have to give me the deed. I'm going to have to take over the payments. I'm not going to assume them. The mortgage is still going to be in your name. And guess what? If I happen not to make the payments, it's going to screw up your credit. But that's the only way I'm going to do the deal. Guess what? My gut and your state is going to say, hell no, I ain't going to do that. Okay, who would do that, right? Because that's not the way typically things are done in a typical market, right? That type of seller we wouldn't take a tremendous amount of risk in order to do that. So that's a typical seller, all right? You probably wouldn't want to sell your property to a typical seller because that's not going to work. Subject to doesn't work for typical sellers. It works for motivated sellers, particular ones. So a typical seller is not the market that you and I would be dealing with. Our market is something entirely different, right? Think about it for a moment. How would you describe someone would be willing to give their property away without having the mortgage paid off immediately right away? Can you think of a description for such a person? How would you describe them? Motivated, desperate, distressed, they're in bankruptcy, all kind of situations, okay? We got to work only with motivated sellers or homeowners. Motivated sellers or homeowners comprise a particular portion of the universe of homeowners. That's who we want. Now, you think there's a lot of them or relatively few? Let me tell you, there's a lot. You just don't know, okay? Bankruptcies, foreclosures, divorces, job loss, job transfers, death in the family, medical bills, medical situation, out-of-state landlords, tired landlords, people doing evictions, job transfers, all type of things, okay? All type of things. The point is that there are a lot of different categories of people who will be interested in giving you, oh, where's my keys? The keys and the deed. Yes, they will do that. It happens all the time. You just don't know about it, okay? So just imagine you're in the same situation that we described a moment ago. You're a homeowner. I came to you, offered to take your mortgage payments and make you deed the house over to me. A minute ago, as a typical seller, you said, no, heck no, it's not going to happen. There's absolutely no way in the world you would do that, right? But let's say your situation changed, right? You just got notice that you lost your job. Yes, you lost your job. You're behind in payments already, maybe a month or two, right? Now that makes you pretty much motivated. You can't sell the property because values have dropped. So you owe this amount, but it's only worth this amount. And if you try to sell it, you got to come up with that money out of your pocket, which is probably about 50, 60, 70, 100. That you can't do it. It's not going to work, but you got to move. The new job is in a different county, different state, different area. You can't make that mortgage payment and still rent somewhere. It's not going to happen, right? Boom. Okay. So this makes you motivated, right? More and more motivated. So these things we just discussed are examples of our market, motivated sellers. The people that we're going to be dealing with in order to find opportunities. You still with me? I hope you are. Okay, now understand, people, motivated sellers frequently don't, and I want to emphasize, they don't advertise. Motivated sellers frequently don't advertise their property for sale because there's some type of distress involved, right, in the situation. And it's kind of uncomfortable and kind of embarrassing for them. They don't tell their friends and the family and the neighbors and stuff like that. So emphasizing this point, motivated sellers don't advertise their properties, so we have to make it easy for them to find us. So that's why the old advice that you get from some of the so-called Google gurus, TikTok people, whatnot, picking up classified ads, dialing for dollars, knocking on doors, buying leads, don't really work that well. Not to mention, you won't get any, or maybe you might, Most of the people, in fact, virtually all the people who are going to be willing to do terms or accept the conditions that you will want, right, will not have their property listed, first of all, with a realtor, okay? It won't be listed because they can't. A realtor can't do anything with a property that's upside down. They can't even make commission. It's not going to happen. So we got to do things to get the word out to these people that we can help them, right? We got to tell them what we do. So in order for a motivated seller to contact you, they got to know two things. What are those two things? Tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. Boom! What is what we do, number one, and how to contact you, number two. Simple. That's why you see a whole lot of these signs, we buy houses, we do this, and the number, because that's the idea. The purpose of that type of marketing is what you do and how to be contacted, similar to what we're doing. Now, we get into a particular point. The point is simply you have to keep attracting motivated sellers, and this is the whole thing, right? It's critical. You got to keep this in mind. The key to attracting motivated sellers is to consistently market the message of what you do. The key to attracting motivated sellers is to consistently advertise a single, simple message using multiple, you hear what I said? Multiple communications media simultaneously at the same time. That means bandit signs, letters, flyers, business cards, referrals, internet, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and your friggin' website. That's how it works. Because a lot of people are going to be in a situation where they got to dispose of their house very quickly. And as you recall, some of the people that we mentioned in our market are very time sensitive, like pre-foreclosures, tied landlords, divorces. And these are issues that they need to dispose of the house today rather than disposing it tomorrow. So the fact that you and I can do it quickly would be a big benefit, okay? Now, marketing is key. It has a snowball effect, right? Every dollar that is spent on marketing is more valuable than the previous one because each time the message gets out, it reinforces the other advertising in the minds of the sellers. All right? This is just a different way of saying that it's really, really critical that you use more than one way to get the word out. That's it. Let me tell you why. We've had it happen to us over and over again. A seller decided to call us, would say something of the effect of, listen, I saw your bandit sign, but I didn't call you yet because, I wasn't ready. But then I saw your flyer and I didn't call you. But when I saw you online, I finally decided to call you. Well, that's only a demonstration of the fact that you really have to reinforce your message in the minds of sellers. Now, we've gotten motivated sellers from bandit signs and flyers, just to be clear, but let me tell you that online presence works because when people are in trouble, they pick up the phone and they look for situations, they look for help, they look on their tablet, they look on desktop. That's what we do now. There's no more yellow pages. There's no more referrals. People go here. That's where they look. You got to be found, all right? So you got to be consistent, and the best way to do is have them see your message over and over and over again in more than one place. So marketing, when you do it effectively, every time you tackle a different way to get the word out, what's going to happen, it'll make the whole thing more effective for you. And you got to remember that your goal is to reduce the population out there to people who are specifically interested in giving you their property. Motivated sellers, not typical sellers. That's not who we want, okay? Now, we can tell you from experience doing this, it does not matter how hot your real estate market is or how down it is, because you're not marketing to the people who are traditional sellers, who are trying to sell the house in a regular way. They're not interested. You're marketing to people who see their house as a liability. Motivated sellers. You're marketing to people who see the house as something they really don't want to have to deal with anymore. So to compare what we do to regular real estate market is not a valid comparison. In fact, that's really what differentiates us from a real estate agent. Number one, we don't need a license because we're going to own the property. We don't need a license to sell it or rent it. And the fact that we're going to be dealing with people that really have to sell. Where a real estate agent, right, has to deal with people by and large that want to sell. They might even need to sell, but they don't have to. That's the difference between your market and our market, right? And their market and your market, right? There's another little factor in mind. It's very unusual for us to actually acquire a property that's listed on the MLS or sell with a realtor and one has a sign in the yard. That's very rare because people look for us. They look for the solution. They see our advertising, call us almost always before they even think about putting their property on the market, which they can't anyway, right? Doesn't that give us a tremendous advantage? It really, really does. And it's going to give you the same advantage as well. So if you do nothing more than what we have told you here, and you do it consistently, you're going to have an opportunity like you wouldn't believe. Marketing is a momentum-oriented phenomenon. And what I mean by this is it's just like a snowball rolling down the hill, right? it kind of starts off slow, it starts off small. By the time it gets to the bottom, there's a lot of momentum behind it. And you have to do a lot to keep the ball rolling. So marketing really works the same way, okay? So that's why we focus on marketing, the results of marketing. Now, I know that what we just talked about is not what you really want to hear, what you were expecting, but let me tell you, it's the most important thing you're going to hear the entire time. Marketing from motivated sellers. Why? Because we guarantee, if you take this course, you're going to be blown away by the documents that we give you, because it's the best there is, number one. But what I just talked about, marketing matters more than anything, because without proper marketing, people know who you are, where you are, how to get in touch with you. You won't get a chance to use these documents and this lucrative money-making subject to strategy. Without marketing, you're not going to get a chance to acquire houses without any money or credit. You're not going to get a chance to resell them under lease options to make some money. So you got to do this as your first step. Get your marketing together. Marketing for motivated sellers and homeowners. If you take advantage of that plan that we've told you just now, your phone is going to ring and you're going to have all the opportunity you can stand. Now, with that said, we give you all the documents, the contracts. We mentor you, we coach you, we hold your hand, we train you, we're there for you. You call us, we're on the phone, we don't go away. It's no foreign person teaching you, it's us. We've been doing this for 22 years, not 5 years, 10 years like some of the guys on the internet have been doing. We're the real deal. This is what we do, okay? And we're going to teach you and train you. Now look, it's a 14-session course. That's right, 14 sessions. It's not fly-by-night, get-rich-quick scheme. That means 14 sessions. We do 3 sessions a week for 4 weeks, right? Tuesday evening, Thursday evening, Saturday evening at 7 or 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time by Zoom. So you're going to get the Zoom link, you download the documents, you're on live, you ask your questions, and guess what? If you can't make the session 1 to 14, right, any one of those sessions, we record the sessions every time. So we're going to send it to your email if you can't make it because of domestic issues, work, you're tired, you got home late, time zone difference. We'll send that to you, so you're still going to get the benefit of learning how to do this. And guess what? We've got a special elite membership for people who want to do a hands-on, one-on-one coaching. We'll be happy to do that for you. So give us a call, 602-748-5659, okay? Call us. Let's get the ball rolling. Our next session course starts on June the 10th, Saturday, all right? The next one after that is going to be July or August. You got to get the ball rolling. Pre-foreclosures are out there right now. There's people walking away, not knowing that you can help them, okay? I'm going to tell you. Give us a call. Subject to realestateinvesting.com. We are the real deal, all right? So I hope I've educated you. I hope let's do the damn thing, right? See you soon. Subject to. Peace and blessings.